Welcome to SpeakUp, where real stories help you find your English voice. Before we begin, let me ask you something. Why are you learning English? Maybe because you want to travel, meet people, explore the world. Maybe because you need it for your job, for study, or maybe simply because you love languages. Everyone has a different reason. Write yours in the comments below, so we can share stories that match your goals. Today's story is called, I Go to Madrid. It's perfect for anyone who wants to understand English naturally, not by memorizing, but by feeling how ideas move through real conversation and storytelling. So, let's begin. My name is Daniel, and I had never been to Spain before. I had seen pictures of sunlight on narrow streets, balconies filled with flowers, and people laughing outside small cafes, but I didn't know what it really felt like. One December morning, I packed my bag, took my passport, and said to myself, "All right, Daniel. Today you go to Madrid." The airport was bright and noisy. People walked quickly with phones in their hands, suitcases rolling behind them like obedient pets. When I saw the sign, Flight to Madrid, Gate 22, I smiled. I didn't know anyone in Spain. I didn't even know Spanish very well. But something in me said, go. Learn. Listen. The flight took about 2 hours. I looked out the window, saw clouds like silver islands, and thought about what I might find in that city: music, friends, maybe even myself. When the plane landed, I felt a small excitement. The air was dry, the sun strong, and the sky looked deeper than anywhere I'd been. I collected my bag and walked outside the airport. In that moment, everything sounded new. People spoke fast, a mix of Spanish and English, but their rhythm, their smile, their gestures already taught me something universal. Communication isn't only words, it's energy. I took a taxi. The driver wore sunglasses and spoke in half English, half Spanish. You go, Center? Madrid Centro? He asked. Yes, please, I said, smiling. He turned the radio on, Spanish pop music, and the beat filled the car. You from America? He asked. No, I said, from London. Ah, Inglaterra, football good, very good, he laughed. As the taxi moved, I watched the city open around me. Tall buildings, quiet parks, and tree-lined streets passed by. The driver said one thing I'll never forget. Madrid talk fast, live slow. I didn't understand it at first. Then I realized, people here speak quickly but live with calm hearts. They talk with energy, but they don't rush through life. My hotel was near Plaza Mayor. Old red buildings surrounded a wide square full of people eating, chatting, painting, singing. It was almost sunset, the light turned golden and soft. I walked slowly, breathing in the smell of roasted coffee and fresh bread. Hola. Want a drink? A waiter called. I smiled, sat down, and ordered orange juice. He replied, You not drink wine? Englishman? I laughed, maybe later. I drink slowly like Madrid people. He laughed, clapped his hands, and said, Good. You understand. That night, I couldn't sleep. The city seemed alive, voices from the street, music, laughter, echoing like heartbeat. I stood by the window and repeated some words in Spanish. Buenas noches, Madrid. It felt beautiful, not grammatically perfect, but human, alive. The next morning, I went to a small cafe to practice English with some tourists I found online. There were 3 of them, Kat from Germany, Miho from Korea, and Rosa from Mexico. We used English to talk because it was the only language we all knew. Kat said, "I love Spanish food, but I can't ask for it the right way." Miho laughed. "Me too. Yesterday I ordered fish, I got cake." Rosa said, "That's the magic of traveling, mistakes are lessons." I said, "Exactly. Mistakes make your English stronger, not weaker." We spent the day exploring. We visited the Royal Palace, admired the Almudena Cathedral, and got lost in narrow streets full of art shops and guitar music. Every time we forgot a word, someone helped. Every time we made a grammar mistake, someone smiled. That's how languages grow, through connection, not correction. At noon we stopped at a food market, colorful, noisy, full of voices. Kat asked, "How do you say strawberry in Spanish?" Rosa replied, "Fresa." Miho added, "In English is strawberry." We all said it together like a small choir, laughing. I realized something. Sometimes learning a language isn't about sitting with books. It's about listening, tasting, and living through it. Later that day I walked alone through Retiro Park. The air smelled like pine and dust, and the lake reflected the orange sky. I sat down near the water, and remembered my first English lesson years ago. How I feared speaking, making mistakes, sounding silly. Now, thousands of kilometers from home, surrounded by people speaking all kinds of languages, I felt free. Language isn't perfection, it's movement. It's adventure. A woman nearby painted the scenery. I asked her, "Is Madrid always this beautiful?" She looked up and said, "Madrid is beautiful when you look slowly." That sentence stayed with me. I repeated it quietly in English, "Look slowly." Maybe that's why I had come for, not just to see a city, but to learn how to see life more slowly, more deeply. That evening, our small group met again for dinner. We shared dishes, paella, olives, cheese, and stories. Each of us spoke in English, but our accents made it sound like music. Kat said, "When I first spoke English, people laughed. But now, I laugh too." Miho said, "I used to translate every word in my head. Now I listen first." Rosa said, "English connects us. It's not perfect, but it's enough." I added, "That's the best kind of English, the one that builds bridges." On my last day in Madrid, I decided to get up early and watch the sunrise from Temple of Dibad, an ancient Egyptian monument right in the heart of the city. It was quiet, almost empty. I felt the cold air on my hands, heard birds waking up, and thought, every journey changes your language a little. Every memory adds one new word, one new sound, one new feeling. I whispered, "Thank you, Madrid." Not because everything was perfect, but because it was real. When I went back to the airport, I saw the same driver again. "You like Madrid?" he asked. "Very much," I said. "I learned more English here than I expected." He laughed. "In Spain? You learn English?" I smiled. "Yes, through people, through mistakes, through stories." He nodded. Stories. Always stories. And that's why SpeakUp exists, to help you learn English through stories that move your heart and sharpen your ears. If you watched this far, tell me in the comments, what city would you go to for your English story? Barcelona? Paris? Tokyo? New York? Maybe your story starts with a single sentence, "I go to Madrid." And from there, your English journey begins. For now, keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in your voice. This is Speak Up, where language becomes life. See you in the next story.